Good morning, Nancy Jean.
Good morning, Scott.
I think we're ready to rock and roll.
Mm-hmm.
See what we can get from Spirit and our cards in this crazy world. Good morning, Carol, Helen, Debbie,
Mm-hmm.
Child. Good morning. Nanette, sweet darling, Liz. All right. Got a few questions here that you got dropped in your
When I did
community,
my post last
your
night.
community post and a few others. Let's just might as well just dig right into it. This craziness.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Carol's got one. Morning, Carol. Carrie. The reporter was right. Katie Porter stood up for herself. Um, Qatari base. Okay. Hey, Carol. Yep. Go Brewers. They won last night. Oof. On to the Dodgers.
Oh, it's baseball, that thing.
Baseball. Yeah. Brewers won in the fifth game there. Went
Mm-hmm.
on to face the Dodgers Monday. Okay, Will 45's trip to the East was successful. Will he come back? Sure. Okay. Successful. What deck wants that? Clear him out. Morning, Beth. Pegasus. Tammy from Alberta. Nice. Got to do two separate ones then. There's two questions. Okay. Middle East trip. Middle East
Be
trip.
considered successful. Will it be praised as being successful, or will it really have an effect? Which question are we asking?
I think we
I'm
know.
going to ask if it's going to really have an effect.
Okay.
And I got no.
Imagine that. Oh,
They didn't really work out the problems they needed to. They
oh,
didn't build a good foundation for it. They just threw something together that sounded good. The people are not happy where they are. There's a woman that's going to come up in the middle of all this. It's going to help straighten it out. But the people that they're supposed to be helping, it's not helping. So, was it successful? Will it? When you watch Fox News, of course it will be, because him getting up in the morning is considered successful. But will it really have effect on the lives of the people who are caught in that miserable conflict? No. Will it make it easier for the Israelis to survive? No. On all of it.
yeah, I just got devil
I'm
making money. It's about the family celebration of making money with the devil.
trying to make Jared look good
Yeah.
before everybody goes after his butt.
Then I got full of lies, the fool, king of cups, trying to be the leader, but he's just a fool. And seven of swords, just a bunch of lies and deceit. Um, just trying to be the emperor, act like he's all big and king, but he's just a fool in the night. Um, anxiety ridden, high priestess, five of wands, and eight of cups. He's gonna walk away with bad energy, anxieties, sleepless nights. He's gonna look idiotic. But eight of cups says he's going away or coming back.
Yeah, I got he's coming back. Nobody else wants him either.
No. If any country would harbor him, they would never get any business with the United States.
And as we were talking about, was it peace successful? There's an AP article about drones going over Gaza City and causing problems.
So it's going to be the normal nonsense, just like in the UK,
Mm-hmm.
a bad sick crazy.
Well, what was it that um, that the British Prime Minister right before Churchill, the one who came back and said, "I've signed a treaty with Hitler. We'll have peace in our time." And it was an appeasement document, and it Neville Chamberlain said, "Yeah, I think it was, yeah,
Could be.
yeah. Got to learn your history, guys. That's when they know they're really in hot water. They'll show up with all kinds of papers that say all kinds of things." But remember that bad boyfriend or girlfriend you had who always lied to you in the end?
Crazy.
Crazy.
Yeah. Crazy news. Supposedly in Idaho, they made a deal to have a military base for Qatar. Plans on U.S. soil. Is this going to go through?
No. I don't even need to put a card down. My guides are screaming at me, no, 100 ways, no. No.
Yeah, I think Congress would step in with this one.
I think the state it was going to be in would step in. Aren't they working hard to push all sorts of foreign people out of here?
Yeah, you'd think. There's some kind of money kickbacks involved with this, probably that. And then I got, no, it's not going to happen. Either the courts or the Congress will step in. Severe anxieties about having this actually happen. So, yeah, you're correct. Just confirming with the cards, I didn't think so. But yeah,
He just wants to make them feel good in Qatar.
You're freaking nuts. This whole administration is nuts.
Have you
Lord
said
said he's now backtracked and said they'll not have a base, but just train them.
we used to do that during Vietnam because SMU was one of the places where a lot of the Iranian students stayed that were in military training here. I met a lot of them. That happens.
Oh, God. There goes my shirt. I spilled coffee.
Oh, good. I'm glad you got to breast started. This is why I buy shirts that look like this.
My mouth's not working. Oh, my God.
October surprise?
Yeah, let's see. Magic Mike is leaving Congress home for another week, so that isn't the 20th.
That's not a surprise, Scott.
Just saying, it leaves
I know.
Another week of less time for surprises. That leaves us 11 days for an October surprise. So, universe, is there an October surprise going to happen for this administration? 45. Thanks, Bern. Baptism via coffee. Yeah. And a nice blue shirt with a coffee stain.
Ooh.
October surprise.
I got a yes. It's not going to be what they want. It's going to be something about the duplicity and lies that they've told to people. It's going to cause an irreparable separation. People are going to say, okay, this has got to end. It has to do with the emperor. And it's going to make them very, very sad and unhappy and unable to get their way out of it.
October surprise.
Separate from.
October surprise. Huh. So in the past, I get kind of weird things. So it's like the surprise already happened.
Mm-hmm.
So I get the Knight of Coins, 7 of Cups, and the Tower in the past.
Mm-hmm.
So they're just trying to hold off what's already been out there.
Mm-hmm.
So we got this information, the Knight of Coins. It's a slow mover. So using the illusions, just trying to spin everything. So the Tower already happened. So I'm guessing it has something to do with the files.
That's why I'm thinking Epstein files. When I asked Epstein files, it said yes.
So 45, felon 45 thinks he's got a win right now with a distraction. All the GOP's on board, so he's feeling pretty good about all this distraction. But moving forward here, there's going to be some information coming with the Page of Wands, dealing with dark women, and it's going to be an Eight of Swords moment. Feeling locked up, got the fear going on. Outcome is the moon. That is October.
Mm-hmm.
Something coming to light. Yeah, Ace of Coins. We got prosperity and something. More women. And the Five of Coins is going to be damaging. It's going to have some negative substance to the Mad King. So maybe it feels like it could be Epstein related. Maybe some women come out before November. I don't know. I don't think it's the actual files. I think it's more like it feels like
More information around the files.
Like the women come through with their list or something
Right.
like that. But it definitely feels like the files or, something related to him. They thought Mad King is hidden, but it comes. Oh, Debbie got the Wheel of Fortune. She thinks we're on the right track.
Mm-hmm.
Good deal. Antifa, I guess. Jeff's asking about Antifa. Let's see what the cards say about
Will the Antifa charges hold? The charge.
Just by putting this out there, it's going to cause problems for us as citizens moving forward, even though we know it's BS.
Mm-hmm.
Will it give the rogue state some issues? Because we got the big protest coming up this weekend.
No King's Day, anti-America Day, because we're saying no kings. I thought that's what we were founded on, but it's not going to stick.
Rule of law. I got nothing bad.
Yeah, what'd you get?
King of Swords, Ace of Cups, Magician.
Mm-hmm.
Those are all good things for Antifa. The government, King of Cups, Knight of Coins. Feels like rule of law.
Mm-hmm.
And then the last three are Chariot, Ace of Swords, Page of Coins. There's nothing bad here is going to happen with the terrorist organization thing. Not one bad card.
Well, what I got is it gets no movement. It can't move anywhere. No one wants to really deal with it because they can see how it's going to backsplash on them. It's going to die. It's going to die where it's sitting. It'll be the whole concept of this will be totally dead by spring. And then I see this King of Swords keeps showing up. So maybe Justice or Truth or something shows up and says, no, that's not how the world works. So anyway, I don't see it getting any traction whatsoever.
You can't justify a terrorist organization or a thing that isn't there.
That doesn't have members. And
I'm not sure which Crone Zone lady's on here, but we looked at it last week. It's nothing. In my opinion, I think it's nothing. It's just kind of like a comet. It's something that's broken, going through space. I think it has an entity to it, but it's not going to, what do you think it's going to do? Bring us to 5D or something? I think it's nothing. I think people are making a big deal out of it.
Well, they got to talk about something.
it's a broken piece of ship or broken piece of
Giant chunk of something.
giant chunk of something that broke off and it's going through the universe.
And yes, we have no way of something we're just hurtling at us from space. We don't have a way to deal with it. So just deal with that. I mean, we just don't.
Yeah. Did you read that article I sent you? I think I sent you something. Yeah.
Mhm.
What the last thing they think it was or whatever. And, it's not an entity. It's not a ship.
Person I know who works with aliens thinks it's like a out of control frat bus from another dimension driving by to see how screwed up we really are. So
Okay.
okay. Could have thought as any.
When will ice be defeated?
In 2026.
Well, let's see. How long we have to deal with the rogue ice agents? Oh, good. Yeah, she's not getting anything either. Anything, like a tree or a sentient rock, with crystals you can get information from. So it's got sentience,
Mm-hmm.
had life, has energy. So, but it ain't gonna make us, it ain't gonna make the Mad King go away.
When we start locking them up, that's the Eight of Swords. That's the answer. When will ice be defeated? When they go after them. And in a lot of cities, even in Chicago, the cops are saying we don't know how to help someone whose face is covered because when people call us for help, it's usually because the guy with the mask on did something. So and they're obviously being deployed to all the wrong cities because all the mass shootings this weekend happened in the South.
Seriously, anxiety ridden.
Oh yeah, it's not a pleasant situation.
The funding is still there. The law is going to have to step in, or the courts deem it, and SCOTUS. I think Illinois judge already said this has got to stop.
Yeah, she put it on a 14-day hold with another trial to be heard in 13 days. To put on another 14-day hold. So.
Yeah. The female judge here putting out that energy to stop this Five of Swords chaos.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I got the devil along with it because they don't care. They're just going with the greed and being abusive. They got a lot of funding. That's the problem here. That bill gave them what, $50 billion, whatever, to be cruel. So it's the courts, and the good governors. Lawsuits take forever. I think it was Midas Touch, or someone had a Marine or an ex-Army guy got arrested.
Mm-hmm.
He was, illegal, and he said he's talking about filing a lawsuit, but you have to wait. He said he had to wait, talk to a lawyer. He has to wait 30 days or something, but it's a long process to try to file a civil suit.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to force the Pentagon to pay troops. Well, felon 45 tried to force the Pentagon to pay troops from available funds. So obviously the shutdown's going to continue for another week since
Mm-hmm.
the clowns sent them home for another week. And we were getting 3-4 weeks. So probably up to November. I guess the question is the Pentagon going to pay the troops?
Mm-hmm.
The OMB could probably just do it, right?
The who?
Russell Vogt,
Oh,
Director of Office of Money and Budget, whatever.
Office Management and Budget.
Yeah. What about paying the troops? What's going to happen with paying the troops? What's going to happen?
Whatever they do, they're going to do it swiftly, but it's not telling me exactly what they're going to do, but it's going to happen fast.
Protection, unity. Working on something, anxieties, dark times. I know it looks like they're this is causing worry. Not having the troops paid. So I think they're behind the scenes, they don't want to have this backlash. So it looks like they're behind the scenes, they're working on some way to get them paid.
Right.
They don't want this backlash because it's going to be a 10 of swords, dark times, and bad energy if they let this go about not paying the troops.
Mm-hmm.
They want them on their side.
Right.
Same. Air traffic controllers not showing up, and TSA calling in sick. Not good.
Mm-mm.
I definitely would not be flying.
Yeah, my youngest flew back in on the first day that they were on strike, that they were told they had no. She flew in from the Dominican Republic. And I mean, they made it in, and what's the airport? One of them in California it's near San Diego, so all the flights in and out of the airport were happening out of the San Diego flight tower.
Oh yeah, I can't remember either, but yeah, I heard that they were using a different tower to.
And the thing is, it's the airport that they're flying into. I have not flown into it, and I had the opportunity to when I worked for American Airlines, and I didn't because you come over the mountains and you go, dunk. I mean, it's not a great airport anyway.
Ugh. Current energy, I get tower and doing the best they can.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh.
This goes back to Ronald Reagan and when he broke Patco.
Yeah, it feels kind of the same. Because I got the 6 of cups, tower, and then 6 of coins, trying to do the best they can.
Mm-hmm.
Do I see closures here? No. Outcome magician, they're trying to do the best they can. Right now, very restricted with 8 of swords, the devil, and Knight of Swords. That's some bad energy. It feels like to me, everyone there, obviously doesn't want any, crashes, problems.
Right.
I do sense a lot of, patriotism or to their jobs.
Mm-hmm.
But there's only so much they can take. They're very upset with that devil Knight of Swords.
Mm-hmm.
But the magician kind of says they're going to do the best they can to make it work.
Right.
Do closures and safety.
Well, it's like your job, and they like know the people that are in the airplanes. They know the pilots, they know the crews. I mean, when you work in the airline industry, you all kind of know each other. So they don't want them falling out of the sky either.
It's just so unfortunate. We got a bunch of clowns in this administration with Duffy, and it's like they just don't care.
You saw did you send me the video? Did Sean send me the video from Portland, Oregon, where they had the voiceover of the administration saying the streets are a hellscape and everything's on fire, and meanwhile people are dancing down the street in Halloween costumes like big blown up Barney characters and stuff. And they actually showed a federal facility that they're guarding where someone from the crowd was shouting out, that dance thing where you go to the left, to the left, to the right, crossover. They showed all these troops doing it because they're so bored. They're just standing there doing nothing. I mean,
it's probably Sean.
And they're saying, and Stephen Miller's saying, this needs to be stopped. Americans are threatened by this. And there are these soldiers dancing in the streets. I mean,
yeah, the clown probably Miller probably gave 45 from Black Lives Matter protests when it was a little worse.
Well, they when they first put out their first video about it, they were films from South America that on the shields it said Policia. It wasn't even in English.
They always do that. Put out some silly video from another country. Oh, if anyone has a chance, look at Saturday Night Live clips. Hilarious from last.
Oh, really? Okay, I'll watch it.
Tina Fey and the blonde Amy Poehler.
Oh, Amy Poehler. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they did the skit of Kristi Noem and Pam Bondi at the hearing.
Oh no,
it was funny.
I tape it, so I'll go see it.
All right, this James, what do we see for her?
She's gonna be fine.
I know. Let's see the cards show the proof.
My deck is not wanting to shuffle.
I know. I seen a report that Lindsay Halligan used a grand jury in the wrong district of where the house is at.
Oh. Such keen professional minds working on this.
Incompetence has...
They're just distractions. They are nothing but distractions. So we don't look to see if Trump can really move, if he can really walk, if he can really talk.
I think she's got the goods, the proof. It's fine. We got the Queen of Coins, 10 of Coins, Knight of Coins. I think she's going to be fine. They might have to walk away with this indictment, walk away from it.
Mm-hmm.
Or get thrown out the chariot and walking away.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a bunch of nonsense.
Right. That's what I got. It's a bunch of young people putting this together. And they don't have a foundation. The Four of Wands is upside down. They don't have a foundation. It was only put together to hurt Letitia James. That's all it's for.
Sure.
And the rules of the court are going to hold up. So the case is going nowhere. That's not a victory.
I also read in the first grand jury when the previous prosecutor that got fired,
mm-hmm.
he did take it to the grand jury. And according to reports, Tish James' niece that lives in that house testified in that grand jury that she lives there. It's not the rental. Tish James pays the bills. And that's why he didn't bring the case. And the grand jury said there's nothing there.
Mm-hmm.
So supposedly when Halligan brought it to a different grand jury, there was no testifying from anyone else. It was just her. So it's a bunch of BS. So she probably lied in there and made up some crap, and they said, okay.
Have you ever served on a grand jury?
No.
I've done it, and really the attorneys sort of, unless the grand jury has balls, the attorneys will give you what they want. If you're on a grand jury, you can ask for more information. And we used to get more information.
Okay.
Will Jay Jones win? Yes, I think he will, because I think they were ready for these things to come out. And I don't know what they are. I don't know if they're that awful or if they're being awfulized because they don't have much else.
Yeah. I guess these are legit. He admitted to them.
No, I mean, but I had a candidate who admitted to the fact that she slapped an EMT when he was loading her mother into the ambulance to take her from the nursing home to the hospital where her mother died. But when you heard the whole story and you heard all about what was behind it, we had been endorsed by the fire department, which runs our EMT stuff here. And when we told them the story, they said, shit, yeah. The guy wasn't keeping her mother's oxygen secure on her face, and she was having a horrible time breathing. And my candidate said, you have to secure the mask. And the guy said, why? She's dying anyway. Over a person who's conscious on the gurney that he's loading that's going to the hospital. So when they heard that story and they found out the guy had been disciplined for it, we had firemen out walking door to door for our candidate because they thought it was so awful that they would use some story like that. Anyway, okay, yeah. Let's see.
That's politics. They'll find anything to.
That's true. Dear, this is why do you think I don't do it anymore?
Anything to win. It's a dirty business. I get it. It's true. You know, these attacks or whatnot. It was a darker time.
Mm-hmm.
Ace of Coins. The evidence is there.
Mm-hmm.
I got the Four of Cups. So being lazy about it, but Six of Swords. Moving on.
Mm-hmm.
And Queen of Wands is being that leader. And then I think he does win.
I think he wins too.
I got the Three of Coins doing the hard work.
Mm-hmm.
Six of Coins. The giving and receiving. Owning up to it. You know, being balanced. And then Queen of Coins. Feels like the victory there.
Right.
A lot of feminine energy coming in, but
my last two cards were the Three of Cups, which everybody comes together. It's because however the woman or whoever was involved with all this, she backs down. She ameliorates what the whole situation was. So I don't even know what they were about.
The text,
yeah.
Yeah, it was something about putting a bullet in someone, or it was an angry text, but it was relating to people getting shot or something.
Well,
it was a bad look.
Yeah, it's something we all. I mean, I won't talk in those terms because I don't have guns, and if I put a bullet in anyone, it would be a very slow, arduous problem of pounding it in with a hammer.
Amigos, what's that? Is this a hurricane?
Yes, we're supposed to have horrible, horrible storm heading into the Northeast.
Isn't it it's going to stay out, isn't it?
I don't know. He's asking if it will damage New Jersey. So will the nor'easter, whether it stays out or comes in, will it cause damage to New Jersey?
Okay. I don't know. I did.
All I know is I've seen some scary maps that if they were, big red things coming into the East Coast. So.
I haven't seen it. Hey, singing tree. Thank you. I love these readings. Like, beautiful. We just try to be centered and grounded and tell you.
We love doing them, or we wouldn't be out. What else would you wake up on a Sunday and do this?
Right? Could be chilling. Could be chilling, watching Netflix or something. Lord knows we're not getting rich by doing it.
It's true.
Just connecting with community. Northeastern and damage. Show me.
Yes and no. Not as bad as they would like to say. The Ace of Swords is upside down. But it is going to cost somebody money. The Ace of Coins is right side up.
I didn't get a tower. I didn't get a 10 of coins.
I just see money.
I just see like wind and waves. It's building. But it's not showing me, huge damage. Like I would expect a 3 of Swords or a tower.
No, I didn't get any ugly cards. I just got, it's a pain in the butt.
Seems like the other ones are staying out in the Atlantic, just causing wind and waves and rain. Running for Senate. I don't know. It's something we just need to confirm first before. Makes no sense. He's kind of young. You got to stay in the house for a while. My opinion. Okay, we did that. Okay. One of your questions. How would you want to read that? Because we never see 45 getting up and down. They always have the video while he's sitting there.
This question came to me as a posting, and it's from somebody who's a regular in my chat, and she's a caregiver to seniors. And she said, and it is one of the first things, it's the first thing that when I came home from the hospital in June, they taught me how to get up in and out of a chair by myself again. And now I can just stand up out of a chair because I do those exercises every day. But it is one of the first things that happens when you're immobilized. You lose your sense of balance. And with him having chubby little feet, that's another problem with that. So, and it is ugly. I mean, trust me, the first few weeks I was out of the hospital, I wouldn't want to have invited people over to watch me get in and out of chairs. So I think, should we ask, is it by design that Trump is not seen getting in and out of chairs? Because this you just see the first part of this on this question went on and on and on. But you mentioned how what a health threat it is to someone when they can't get up and walk around. They can go stand by a golf cart and act like they're playing golf, but they can't get up.
Okay.
So what we're going to ask is,
any answers basically about his health, I guess.
Right, it's about his health, and why isn't it being shown more? Is there some way to get people to focus on that?
Well, that's probably by design to hide how bad it is, probably.
Yeah. Okay, let's see if it's as bad as we think it is with him not being able to see him getting up and down. Okay.
How bad is Felon 45's health? Hiding the fact of up and down. Okay. Okay. In the past, I get Page of Cups, Magician, and Five of Swords.
Mm-hmm.
The Page of Cups is receiving assistance. Magician, doctor work. Five of Swords is his body is battling against him. So the doctors are doing everything they can to make him work. The current energy is a Tower. Eight of Pentacles is working the best. Doctors doing the best they can to make him functional with the Nine of Pentacles. So I think it's really bad. This Tower, it's really bad to keep him. Nine of Pentacles is like that card that makes you, functional. You're good. But Eight of Pentacles is doing the hard work. You're doing a lot of, repair work to keep it. Moving forward, Two of Pentacles, Five of Pentacles, Queen of Swords. That feels like his press secretary, that Queen of Swords, lying and lying about how bad his health is. The Five of Pentacles, lack of substance, good. Two of Pentacles doing the best they can. So you're doing this and this back and forth to make it work as best. Then I have Two of Cups, Six of Swords, Temperance, and Seven of Wands. I think eventually he's gonna go away with that Six of Swords. Moving on to better times. Just hold on tight, Temperance. It'll happen. He's going away at some point here.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's a ruse. They're making it look like the best.
They're doing everything within their power to make him look like he's in control. That's 4 coins. To look like he's running things. They're trying with the Ace of Wands to create a new beginning for all this, but the reality is he has the Ace of Swords upside down. He has no vitality, no truth left in him, and his out card was the Ten of Cups reversed, which can mean kind of I'm out of the family. So but can we ever get the press to acknowledge it? No, not. It depends on what press you read or what silo you live in, what echoes down on you.
I don't know what's going on with Katie Porter, but let's see what's up with her and the governor's race.
She had a confrontation with a reporter that looked negative. She looked snippy, but she should have been because the guy was being an asshole. So,
okay, all right. Katie Porter's chance of being governor.
Yeah.
What is Katie Porter's chance of being governor of California? What is Katie Porter's chance of being governor? What is Katie Porter's chance of being
governor? They're where they've been always been. She needs money. She needs someone back here with more money. And she doesn't care if she makes them uncomfortable. Guys, did you ever see her in a congressional meeting? Right now, she's in the position of hangman. She's just assessing what's going on around her. But she's got the Eight of Cups with her, which is pretty much she can get what she wants. But to some extent, she has to appear more mature because what people are seeing, someone they think is immature. And actually, if you've been around those clowns and the questions they ask, you'd be out of your mind in 5 minutes. So don't judge people.
Hmm.
What do you get?
In the past, I got she was a shining light.
She is.
In the past.
Oh, okay.
This is my past business. Sun, Chariot, Lovers.
Mm-hmm.
I think that means she was a star in the house.
Mm-hmm.
You know, she's done some great work because this is a past position. Current position, I get Page of Swords, Nine of Swords, and Ace of Cups. So I think she's losing. She's losing support.
Mm-hmm.
There's some anxieties about her, you know, her overflow of love and support. Page of Swords is making her look like kind of like the enemy or the harsh one.
Mm-hmm.
Moving forward, I get the Ten of Swords, Five of Wands, being combative. Wait a minute, which card did I have here? Oh, that was a Four of Swords. It looked like the Nine of Swords. So yeah, Ten of Swords, Five of Wands, and Four of Swords. She needs to chill. Something's really negative about her right now. Outcome is Nine of Coins, trying to find balance. Ten of Wands, being heavenly burdened. Worried about money with the King of Coins. And then the Star. She's not down and out.
No.
She's just in a bad timing right now.
She's also in a world where if a woman speaks her mind, they say, oh, what a bitch.
Yeah.
But if a guy said the same thing, how upstanding, and he faced the enemy, you know?
You know, it's still, we got a year.
It's still there. And it's still there in California.
She's just going through a difficult patch. She's got to define herself, not be as combative. So she's not down and out. But the outcome, she can be the star. It depends if she gets enough funds, and it depends how she turns herself around. Because the only bad thing in this ending is those heavy burdens she's trying to lift.
Mm-hmm.
So it's too early to tell.
She does. You don't have a primary like she had with Adam Schiff. And there are people who, no matter what your ideologies or the great ideas or whatever else you have, you weren't with my guy, you know. Let me tell you.
So yeah, this'll blow over, but she's got to, step it up with the fundraising, find her way. So got a whole year yet.
Mm-hmm.
Craziness. Okay, we did that. Not showing any. Okay, we did that. We just did her. We did that. We did that. Okay, shutdown. Okay, there's been a whole bunch of rifts, firings, layoffs done, mostly in the health department, like CDC and whatnot. That's so far.
That's because circumcision causes autism.
That was so ridiculous.
I have one circumcised child and one that was not. And the circumcised child is not the one that is the withdrawn introvert. It's the other one. So I'm just saying.
Oh, good question, Laura. I just seen that. I forgot about that.
What?
Dominion Voting sold to like a loyalty voting company or something.
Oh, okay.
A right-wing company. Dominion Voting sold.
And you're surprised why?
They got their money. And they just gave it up.
Mm-hmm.
But we can read on that. I can't remember the name, but yeah, supposedly everyone says it's a right-winger organization. So anyway, the results of the rifts during the shutdown.
Okay.
Liberty voting. Thanks.
Okay, no, that makes me even more nervous whenever they call anything liberty or bell or freedom or white folks only, that kind of stuff.
Like like the TikToks of or libs of TikTok, whatever you call them, the Taliban in minivans.
Yes, though the women, yeah, the ones that took over, and they were all, oh, we're for straight marriage, and you're married forever, and then you found out this woman was doing 3 ways every week. I mean, really?
Okay. Federal workers during this shutdown. What's going to happen? It's so ridiculous because they hired a whole bunch of people back because they figured out they made a mistake.
They're all going to get hired back because what they're doing is stupid. It's a hermit upside down. It's stupid. And they think, oh, they're the little people. We can step on them. No one will notice. But what they end up with is the 8 of Wands, riding in, being able to take care of things, getting their money, the 3 of Wands. And it's just causing everybody a lot of emotional pain.
Yeah, I get nothing bad besides emotional pain. All the flip-flopping of hiring, firing.
Mm-hmm.
5 of Cups, 2 of Coins, Magician.
Oh, I did get my Social Security check. So they're still mailing them.
That's good. One less stress for Nancy.
But if you want to contribute to this wonderful offering we're doing this morning, feel free. My Social Security check is not big.
So yeah, there's going to be judgment upon this administration. The Lovers, 10 of Coins. These people are needed.
Mm-hmm.
I don't, it's just the pain that they're flip-flopping all the time on these government workers, but they're needed. I got the World at the end here, so things are going to change. They're needed. 3 of Coins. They need these people to do the work. It's chaos and nuts.
Well, if you want to break a country, just make everybody incredibly insecure.
I mean, it makes no sense what they're doing at all. It just makes government less efficient. It can cause heartache for everyone. It's like they want us all to die because of circumcisions.
So what are we going to do next?
Oh, the Dominion. Look at that. Okay.
I'm just going to ask if it's going to impact. I'm going to ask if it's going to impact 2026.
How does it impact? Yeah. So how will Liberty voting systems affect 2026? Buying out Dominion. Which deck wants that one?
I'm going to use the same one. They're still shuffling.
Oh, Oxford Cat. Thank you. Bless you. Okay. Liberty voting. How is this going to affect 2026? Liberty voting. How does this affect?
I'm going to ask it, will it affect it at all? Oh, yes. And surprisingly, it's going to show a lot of light. People are going to say, okay, now this company clearly owns this. We want to know what's going on with these machines. So they're really going to watch those machines when they come online. They're going to try to screw with the machines. It's a Wheel of Fortune reversed. But the outcome is people who want real balance, the 2 of Wands that run the business of voting, are going to make sure that everything's covered. And they're going to have it so covered that Liberty can't do much, either by recounts or other ways. They're going to control them. So it was a stupid move. if it was to buy something, they're buying something they can't buy. What'd you get?
In the past, I got the Fool, Hangman, and Hermit.
Mm-hmm. We all thought the machines would do it. They just did what machines do.
Mm-hmm. Right. But it's showing me an issue. I mean, it doesn't feel like Dominion. Because I never really sensed Dominion was a problem.
No.
The voting systems, it's otherwise, like with the tabulators and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
So moving forward here, I got Knight of Cups, Knight of Pentacles, and Chariot in the current. It just feels like they want a long-term profit off of it, taking charge.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Moving forward, they do King of Pentacles. So this is the Liberty voting.
Mm-hmm.
Then I have Loss with the Five of Cups and Seven of Swords. So they think they can do something for the Republicans, right? This is what they're kind of thinking, that they could, do things for the Republican way. But in the end, I get a no. There's nothing they can really do. So Three of Cups, we got a celebration.
Mm-hmm.
Ace of Pentacles, prosperity. Six of Swords, moving on to Calm Waters, and King of Cups.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing they can do, because I think the systems and security and everything is going to be improved, actually. So I don't think they can. I don't think it's going to matter what they have planned.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's going to matter, because on the bottom I have positive movement forward with the Eight of Wands. Eight of Wands, positive energy. So what they're thinking they can do isn't going to have an effect. There's so much out there in investigations. Unfortunately, like the Rockland County thing isn't going to happen until January or February, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Trial. It's too bad they haven't, shared any discovery with the world of what's going on. Okay. Divergent Moon. I never trusted the machines. It seems obvious a bad actor could sneak in and fix things. Yeah, there's so much evidence. But like with people digging in, Election Truth Alliance and whatnot, they believe it's the tabulators, not the actual machines. We've always heard about the touchscreens having issues.
They got rid of the worst of what we had in Texas.
The ES and S touchscreen.
Yeah, like Ted Cruz was winning by 18 points, and when they finally got control of the touchscreens, his margin got down to 3, which is a much more reasonable margin.
I haven't heard anything about it. I sent you that Substack of Will This Hold or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And he was talking about they did a few hand recounts in Minnesota, according to that Substack. And like precinct 8 in Minnesota came back with 6 to 8% over for Republicans.
Mm-hmm.
Machine count.
Against what the paper actually said.
The paper actually said there was 68% more. So a precinct is low, 1,000, 2,000 votes in a precinct,
Mm-hmm.
So it isn't as many voters in a precinct doing a whole state, whatever. But this small precinct came out, depending on the candidate, it said, but Republicans were overvoted by the machine by 6 to 8%, according to the Substack. I tried to find other information from like the state, so I'm not sure where he got it from. because I'd like to hear more about it. But
Sean's been doing on his CLSP politics. He's doing all primaries. So if you, thank you, Michelle.
Bless you, Michelle. So kind.
Uh, he's doing all primaries across the whole country, but he's also looking into the machines and a lot of other issues that are coming up right now. And he's doing a really interesting show on farmland. And he managed to create a map showing what's corporate farmland and what's private farmer owned.
Oh.
And how they've and he has a whole theory on why the farmers are sitting out there crying to reporters about, we need these subsidies and stuff. But all those subsidies are really going to the big farms. And, so they're just feeding their own, and it's just setting it up for them to get bigger. But about recounts, he did a whole thing on looking at recounts and how the discrepancies were showing up. And we used to have a lot of problems with this in Texas. And I run a poll, and I know what it's like. You have to zero the machine out and check all this stuff. And they were pretty rigorous about the security around the machines. But I worked in an early voting place, and twice the mechanics from the county showed up to adjust the machines. And the first time they showed up, the guy really was rigorous. It was running the polls about what their IDs were and everything, and who called it in. Because if we didn't call in that a machine was broken, why would they be there looking at machines? So there are ways around all this, but you can tell every time a machine's opened.
Deb, I don't think most voters will have a clue about Dominion being bought out. There was a ton of people that just go vote.
Mm-hmm.
Remember after the election about how many people were Googling, can I change my vote? What are tariffs? Right?
Right. Because they don't know.
Millions and millions of people. Only the smart people that actually look up things like us. It's a small majority that actually worry about these things.
And Deb, if anybody says that to you, they wouldn't have voted anyway. Trust me, I've spent my entire adult life trying to convince people to go vote. I don't care who you vote for, just go vote. Put your name in the hat, make a decision to vote. The worst election we had was in the one when Hillary ran, and less than 50% of the registered voters voted. That's how we ended up with him. And the more that the Republicans can brainwash people into thinking it's not a good thing to do. If you have a friend who said, well, I'm not sure if I should go vote, take them out to lunch, drag them over, make them vote. I had a friend who had a dinner party during early voting, had an early dinner party, then stuffed everybody in a van and made them go vote. So
good. So yeah, I didn't
go
see
read
that
the
yet,
stuff yourself. Go to Ballotpedia and look at it.
Yeah, you can find everything on Ballotpedia and whatnot too. Cynthia says that Election Truth Alliance has that Minnesota information on their website. Usually I look for a video or something, but they put a lot of content on their actual website to go read it.
And it's a lot of looking at statistics and understanding what you're reading. Oh, Beto didn't cheat somehow, Michelle Mybell. I sat in a car because I had an older friend who couldn't get out of the car, so they would let you vote at the curb. And they brought out this was the last year of touch screens. And he touch screened, he voted, he was there because he wanted to vote for Beto. We'd gone to see him. And he was going to go vote for Beto. So he checked his ballot the first time to make sure it was recording his votes properly. His Beto vote had been changed to Cruz. So he blanked it out, said, no, this is wrong. He re-voted the whole thing. And this time, instead of voting straight party, he picked through all the people and voted him. Still showed Cruz. So the guy, they don't just leave the box with you, they stay there. I said, sir, you have to return this machine is faulty. And we showed him what it was doing. And he went, oh my God. And so he took the machine back, brought out another little box about the size of a laptop. My friend voted, his vote for Beto went through. We showed up on the ballot and everything. But at that point, you couldn't get in Texas a paper ballot. It was the next election where you got a paper ballot, and it showed you who you voted for.
Was that 18 or 20 when Beto was going against Cruz?
20? I want to say 20. Yeah, 20. Because I still have my Beto for Senate sticker on the back of my car. I have an old ass car.
Was it 20 or 22 when he ran for governor? Was that long ago? Was it 22?
Beto ran, okay. I'm going to have to look him up because.
Yeah, he ran twice. And for some reason it feels like 18 is when he ran against Cruz the first time. And then he ran for governor. Because Cruz didn't Cruz just win again in 24?
Yep, he beat against Colin Allred, and you talk about a race that was fixed.
Yeah.
2018 he ran.
Yeah, that's what I thought. We always felt Cruz lost. Everyone hates Cruz.
Cruz's kids don't even like Cruz.
Yeah.
He's a totally reprehensible human being.
Hey, Linda.
Yeah, I believe Beto won, and I believe that Colin Allred won. And Colin Allred was really close.
It just sucks that they had to cheat to win.
Mm-hmm.
And the Democrats do everything they can, and the lies win.
There are Democrats in primaries who cheat too, let me tell you.
Hey, Susan, we read on that earlier. We don't think it's going to happen. It's going to be fine. Oh, I know, right? Colorado has all mail-in ballots.
Mm-hmm.
Other states have mail-in. Doesn't Washington or Oregon have all mail-in ballots?
Washington State and Oregon both, I think, have all mail-in.
It works. Doggies.
I hope that's on your end, because if that's coming out of my house, I'm now possessed.
No, we got a lot of dogs here right now.
Okay.
Celtic, can you repost it? I must have missed it. Directed the world economy. Can you make it exactly what you did before, hon? I can't find it. Okay. Wall Street had its worst day since April after he threatened 100% tariffs on China. Uber rich, mad. What will they do? Okay. Which deck wants this? Okay. Wall Street had a crash after 45s.
No, the uber rich are not mad because he's going to give them other stuff out the back door. And someone put them in place. They're not going to.
There was reporting that someone did a crypto thing and did it just before he announced the tariffs and supposedly made a couple $100 million. And someone had to have at least, according to one person I read the article about, someone had to have at least $2 billion to play with in this crypto scam, whatever, shorting it, whatever, to make that $300 million. So someone had intel that 45 was gonna and be wealthy. And there's no reporting of who, because it's crypto.
Mm-hmm.
But someone had inside intel that 45 was going to do this. So I'm going to throw some cards on this
Okay.
here. Wall Street. What's up with okay. I don't get anything bad. The big wigs make money this way, up and down,
Mm-hmm.
trading, insider trading, whatever. The current energy is Knight of Pentacles, in for the long game, 10 of Cups, good fortune, and Chariot, making things happen. Taking what do you call it? Charge of their own futures.
Mm-hmm.
That's good. 8 of Wands, 9 of Swords. They know how to make the traders and whatnot. The big wigs know how to make it work, no matter how much anxiety is, because that 6 of Swords, it comes out good. Outcome, 2 of Pentacles, back and forth the way it is. 2 of Cups, they have their engagements, their partnerships, contracts. The Moon, it's all deceptive. Knight of Wands coming out on top.
Mm-hmm.
It's always like an adjustment. You know, you make more money when things are fluctuating if they know how to play it. I have no clue how it works, but they, you talk about shorting stocks or whatever and making a ton of money, especially when
Betting on people losing is what
right.
they're doing.
And they just did it again.
Mm-hmm.
Same crap was happening when he did the tariff things months ago.
Mm-hmm.
Same crap. People shorted it, made a bunch of money. Yeah, but
I'm trying to catch up on questions in case I see something that.
I've heard reports that the AI bubble is going to burst. Well, I've seen that a lot of people are worried about all these data centers going up and the impact to the environment.
It's awful.
The energy needs. I know Wisconsin has been Microsoft, whatever, they've wanted to put multiple data centers in, and the towns are rejecting it because they're not coming up with an energy need and impact to the environment, using all the water to cool the system, however they need to do it. That one place is still going forward, where the big Samsung deal in Wisconsin went down with Scott Walker and whatnot, and we lost like $5 billion. That's going forward, but all these other smaller ones, these towns have been rejecting them.
Well, they have a huge impact on your environment. And I mean, y'all don't have exactly the same water problems we have, although everybody has them. But that's the biggest problem here is water, is they move in and where they get their water.
There was multiple ones they wanted to get right along Lake Michigan, so it can tap right into the Lake Michigan.
I thought Illinois was the only state that could tap into Lake Michigan.
We have all those cities along the coast of Michigan there, and the villages and that townships have all been rejecting them until they get a better deal.
I pulled one card on it, and maybe it's in Illinois they can't. take water out of Lake Michigan if you're south of Cook County. That's what it is. I got the 8 of coins. There's just a lot of work going into it, but they don't know the answers to the answers yet.
Yeah, until they come up with a better design and how they're going to affect energy. I got a pass, so I think people are seeing what's going on, and like with Mustang in Tennessee or whatever, they can see the damage being done. So it could be some difficult times here. The devil, dark times. I think people want better.
Mm-hmm.
So until they come up with a better plan, I think it's going to be going downhill.
Thanks, you Oxford cat. She gave us some money.
I just can't believe.
I just posted Celtic Steers question. It's reading on Larry Fink.
Larry Fink, CEO of BlackRock, who's accountable? I thought you were talking about world economy or something. That's what you wanted? Watch your electric bill. Yeah, I know, right?
Somebody wrote me that her electric bill had gone up 200% in Georgia.
Okay. Larry Fink, CEO of BlackRock. This is a bunny card question. See, Larry Fink, CEO of BlackRock.
Hi, Kathy. Kathy D slept in. Bad for you. Tell you what, if I lived in the Pacific time, I still wouldn't be here. So.
Larry Fink. We didn't even know about Larry Fink, CEO.
Oh. Even my bunny cards can't make this person be a nice person.
Ooh. Bad start.
He was dominated by his mother and he hates women. He really sees things from a very limited perspective. He lives with his own illusions and delusions, so he's one of those people. He's not going to change anytime soon. And his out card is the sun reversed. Things are still going to flow for him no matter what. And the biggest card in there for him is he lives with illusions and delusions. He lives in his own brain.
Do you know what BlackRock is? Is it a financing outfit or?
Yeah, it's something huge like that. And she had a whole essay question afterwards. That's probably why you missed the question. And it said he is a real jerk and an asshole and running roughshod and manipulating a lot of stuff right now in New York.
Okay. So yeah, there is something here about creating a lot of money with Ace of Coins on the backs of other people. Losses for other people with the Five of Cups. And the Hermit, my Hermit card's kind of like making mistakes and not looking in the mirror of yourself and just taking from others.
Yeah, that's the Seven of Cups. His only positive card is he worships the Seven of Cups, but he's a really twisted little person. He's kind of an Elon Musk twisted little person.
Yeah, that's what it feels like. BlackRock is a venture capital company, hands on a lot of pies. Okay. So yeah, that positive energy he's trying to create is all chaotic with that Seven of Swords or Five of Swords. A lot of conflicts, a lot of betrayals. and it's like manipulation to move forward. It just feels like a lot of other people besides this company is going to get hurt.
Yeah, he's the sort of person when we read about him, Celtic, we want to go take a shower.
Yeah, so we got a lot of heartbreak for other people and a lot of burdens.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it just feels like this hedge fund guy. It's all about himself to make him billions of dollars on the backs of the small people.
Definitely a Mr. Potter person from It's a Wonderful Life. You know, the old greedy guy.
So yeah, I wouldn't really trust BlackRock or being invested with them or something. Another snake. Yeah. Yep, Celtic feels it too. So Deanne says Peggy Flanagan is running for the Senate seat. Oh yeah, Tina, what's her name? I think it was a Tina, is not running again.
Okay.
I can't remember her last name or whatever. But so we got Klobuchar and this other lady, but the other lady's retiring.
Mm-hmm.
And she said Peggy must be the Democrat. You know, as far as most goes, whole Minnesota is generally considered a blue state, but it's close. Oh, Tina Smith, yeah. Tina's retiring. You know, it's not like California blue. But as a
California
whole,
isn't California blue. There are people in California that want to split it into 5 states. So, yeah, she's going to win. Her biggest problem right now is she's having a little trouble raising money.
Page of Wands.
She took a long time to make up her mind about running. But she's going to be a good spokesperson out there. And she got the Hierophant, which is moving towards the power structure. And she's going to be a fighter. She's going to be a Page of Swords. But she's still seen as a page. But yeah, she's going to win.
I'm getting the Page of Wands.
I got a Page of Wands too. That's how she messages. But she's going to have to, when she goes into the Senate, she's going to have to be more of a fighter.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I got Page of Wands, Knight of Cups, and 3 of Wands.
Mm-hmm.
So it looks pretty good for her. You know, I do have a little bit short of funding. She'd like more money, but it's always early. I keep getting these emails from the Democrats. We need money now. I'm like, I'm not giving you money now. I got enough issues. They want to build now with funds, not.
Well, what they want, having worked campaigns, the early money you have is so much more effective than the money you get at the very end when everybody thinks you're going to win.
Right. But
trust me. But if you don't have the money to give, don't give. If
I know we got a bad economy going on right now. People are struggling.
If you're going to go out and march against the in No King's Day, just go out with a positive attitude that you want people to understand where you stand, that you're tired of people saying, folks don't believe us, they're not with us. And the other part of going out on No King's Day is if you can't go out, if you're physically just not capable of going to things, if you find a friend who's going to go, give them a couple bucks to pay for their gas or whatever they need to get to that day, if you can afford to do that. That's how you can contribute, because that energy also will contribute to the No King's Day. We got a bunch of them happening around us.
Okay. Ivanka and Jared are supposedly over there in the Middle East, part of this police deal. What the heck? What the heck and why? Oh, bless you, Susan. Thank you for the donation.
Let's see.
Okay. What's up with Jared and Vanki?
I'm going to answer the question is, does he have jail in the future? This is also one of the questions that got posted on my website overnight, and someone knew we were going to be talking today. I did not make this one up. I don't care about Jared Kushner, myself personally. Not even enough to type a question. Okay. Oh, yeah, I have him making license plates. You got my license plate card.
Good.
He's trying to look like the good international person looking out over the horizons. But it's not going to get him what he wants. It's not going to get him the respectability he wants. And he's got the reverse 4 cups. So,
Jesus. I did a channeling a long time ago about him, and it felt like he was heading for prison so bad. And I think the Mad King winning with Elon's help got him out of it.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Carrie. So, yeah, I get the Devil, Judgment, and Page of Cups. Yeah, it's all about greed, not doing good. The judgment upon him. And he's trying to give some offerings in that area.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's what I think in the past. He was gonna get it if the Democrats won in 2024, but 7 of Cups got him out of it. Moving forward, I think there's going to be plenty of evidence of his funding.
Mm-hmm.
I got 10 of Pentacles, 6 of Swords, and the Sun. So he thinks he's all good here with that 6 of Swords, but I think everything is going to be coming out with that Sun card about all his 10 of coins.
Yeah.
Funding and reasonings. 8 of Pentacles, he's thinking he's doing the hard work. Queen of Swords, 2 of Wands, 7 of Wands. So I think he's going to be defending himself in the future. Queen of Swords. That feels like Ivanka, though. Kind of like her partner in crime. So right now, it's not showing prison in my cards, but I think there's going to be judgment upon him in the future.
I looked at what's going to happen between he and Ivanka, and I said, is Ivanka going to throw him under the bus? The Sun. 1 card pull.
I can't believe he escaped because years ago, I was like, I think it had to, like Jack Smith was going to get, plan was to take down 45 first and then go after the rest of them.
Mm-hmm.
That got all derailed. Because I literally seen 14 years in prison minimum for Jared. I think there was plenty of evidence that he was involved or had knowledge of Khashoggi.
Oh, yeah.
It's just sad. Sad.
And somebody put in there that Ivanka would throw him under the bus for her to save herself and the kids. She's throwing him under the bus to save herself. I don't think she cares about those kids. If she had to throw the kids under there, they'd be under the bus too.
Dang. It's pretty cruel. Vanki's pretty cruel. The whole family's cruel. Just sad. All right. It's time. Let's bring some inspiration on what we need to know for the week.
Okay.
1:30, already done.
How time flies when you're having fun.
Yeah, you just start rolling and time flies. Okay. Inspiration for the week. What do we need to know?
Okay, which one are we going to go with? I'm going to go to my fairy deck because it's fun.
Okay, Emperor. 7 of Cups, Queen of Swords, and the Emperor. What are these 3 telling me? This feels like letting go of things that don't serve you.
Mm-hmm.
These 3 are telling me letting go of things that don't serve you. Like let go of the delusion people, the things that upset you. You need to let go. Stay focused on the good things. Stay focused on positive energy for like the No King's protest next week. The Emperor doesn't control you. And just be focused on being good peeps and not that negative energy that's going around in our government and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to grab 1 card also out of my ET deck.
Uh-oh.
1 or 2. I'm hearing.
Ask them if they're on that, whatever it is.
That could be another one quick. Let's see. Yep. Kind of the same. The card I get is transition to a higher dimension.
Mm-hmm.
Stay high vibe.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of similar. Okay, you bring out your card and I'll ask
I've
my
got
EP Oracle.
Nightlight Fairy. I got the fairy in the Nightlight. This card delves into the realms of precognition, intuitive, and prophetic dreams. If you pulled this card, you're a person with high intuitional skills, and you may be someone who has precognitive dreams and premonitions. You know the phone will ring, those sorts of mysteries of life. You may be very advanced in your pursuit of knowledge. And this is what the fairy is saying. O Spirit, I ask to be awakened to the knowledge of the universe. My soul is hungers for the wisdom and the creation. I open up to receive your teachings, set aside my unfounded fears, and go forward with faith. So be it. And their suggestion is to start a dream journal now because a lot of stuff's going to be happening. And if you've been keeping your dream journal, you're going to go, I knew that. I saw that coming. And it's very true. Everybody's waking up.
I don't know. It's kind of weird. I picked 3 cards on the 3-eye atlas thing with my ET deck.
Mm-hmm.
It's not really saying anything about that, really, because it says love and connect with other souls.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The divine feminine's got your back. Stay in unconditional love.
Mm-hmm.
But this is being part of your soul family. And then fear will be your downfall. So I think this is like, if you have any fears about this comet, 3-eye atlas, whatever, it isn't a thing, because you're supposed to be here to connect with souls, not this thing in the sky that's nothing. You're just making it fearful, worrying about this comet, this whatever it is, right? It's nothing. Don't fear it.
Right.
You're here to be with other souls and not some space object.
That's right. Fear is what damns our soul. Fear is part of the ego. Oh, I can't do it because I'm not going to worry about doing that task I need to do next week because that comet might hit us,
It's not a thing.
It's not a thing. What's on your schedule for the week?
Oh, just be busy.
Doing your thing?
I don't know how much. Next week I will be gone.
Permanently, or is this just a thing that's planned?
From Sunday.
Okay.
Me and my nephew is getting married in Indianapolis.
Okay.
So So my other nephew and I are driving to Indianapolis and staying 2 nights, Friday and Saturday. So I will not be back in time for the show. So I'm taking the weekend off.
Okay.
So you can plan whatever you want to do or have your own show or take it off.
I'll ask Sean if he wants to come on. So have all of your real political questions ready because he knows how to answer them.
Oh, Jess, come hook up with me in Indianapolis. You know, we have a hoagie or a beer or something. But yeah, being near Indianapolis next weekend.
Anyway, Thursday and Friday of next week, watch, if you're part of my channel, watch for it. I'm going to be posting. I have Medium Kim, not Medium Kim, yes, Medium Kim, the hospice nurse is going to be on doing psychic profiles, and Jean, Sun Psychic Jean.
Sun Psychic Jean. Oh, couple good ones.
And
you're doing those psychic profiles next week, huh?
2 of them. And I'm doing my usual Tuesday show, which will be open mic as far as I can tell.
Good.
Yeah. Otherwise, I have 3 grids I need to get out the door. This one's pretty.
All your grids are pretty.
Well, this one's real pretty. This one is. This is coherence. And it's for a lady whose life's going through a lot of changes and she needs to pull in coherence. And this one is empowerment. And the last one, and these are going in the mail, kids, because I finished them yesterday. I finished the paperwork on them. I finished one of the grids yesterday. Finished the paperwork on them. And this is, oh, okay, I'm sorry. This one's empowerment, and the one I showed you before is emergence. When they have the same letter at the beginning, it's hard to tell. But
that one's pretty. I'm really drawn to that one.
That one is for people who are in change. You see that there's 5 moons and all the other things. All things are in 5s.
Yeah.
5 is the number of change, and that one's the number of change. This one, the emergence one, is all about bringing your power together, getting it together. And those are the ones I did for the people who drove to Dallas to meet with me to have me read their grid things. And I have a Halloween party on Friday night, but it's a private party. So
cool.
So I've got a busy week.
Excellent.
You know? And you have don't get too busy, Scott. You know.
Just work and have another doctor's appointment at the VA Thursday. So
you're fine.
All righty, everyone. Thanks for joining us.
Okay, bye, guys.
Blessings. Bye. Oops. Hit the wrong button. End.
Turn us off. Turn us off.